Like I said, I'm Colonel Gary Carlberg. I retired from the Army in 2012 and then worked in the Pentagon for 13 years after that. And so while I was on the East Coast, I did a whole lot of reenacting there. Moved back to Minn, Minnesota, and started, what do you do when you're retired? You got all this time. And so I got talked into a little project that wasn't little, and that's this Last Soldier project. And the reason that I passed out business cards to you all, you've been receiving information, and now I'm asking for data back. What we're trying to do is, the bottom line up front, we need your help collecting either spreadsheets or documents of Civil War soldiers in Minnesota, either served from Minnesota and went somewhere else, or they came to Minnesota and helped settle this great state. Because if you take a look, you know, if you got, after you served in the Union Army, you get, I believe it was a free plot of land by coming in and settled, homesteading it. And so we have a ton of soldiers from other states that came to Minnesota. But anyway, what we're trying to do is find where these thousands of troops are buried in Minnesota. This is part of a national project, and after we do each county, then we do a little Last Soldier celebration. So, need your help with data. The other thing is, I was at the Civil War Symposium in Mankato last weekend, and one of the people there knew of family plots of unregistered Civil War soldiers. How would you refer? I mean, I could go to a known cemetery and find them, but when they're on a family farm, those are really hard to find. So any of that would be phenomenal to find, and so needs your help on that. Let's see, we'll go with the next slide. So this is officially the project. I didn't think it was as big as it is, but the more I get into it, the bigger it seems to get. And one of the challenges is, as I've talked with Steph and a couple of the other researchers that are here, why hasn't this been done before? Or maybe it's been done 10 and 20 times before. And that's why I'm trying to help send to me, and we're going to try to find a central spot where we can share that data so the public can get it. Because there's no reason why the same data needs to be searched and researched 3 and 4 and 5 times. So anyway, that's our intent. Our website's on the bottom. You can see one of our last soldier ceremonies there. And we do with the VFW, the local historical society, or Legion. And just to give you an idea, of the 87 counties in Minnesota, we've done 2 last year, and we're trying to get 10 done this year. We've got about 5 of them per schedule. And in case like Renville, their 160th anniversary of some of the Indian wars there. So we're part of that celebration. So we're trying to partner with the local historical societies. And if you haven't seen something like this, that might be kind of fun to see. The other thing is, while you got my card in your hand, I wear multiple hats. I'm a private and A company, First Minnesota. Started with Steve in the 80s. John is here with First Minnesota. So if you ever want to experience and see some of the stuff in action, you can go to this website and see where the schedule is and come see it. Now, the other second part is, one of the tasks is we've been asked to find where all the GR and Civil War memorials are in Minnesota, and not well documented, identified, and within our organization, the only one that they had listed and properly done up was in my little town of White Bear Lake. And so what I need your help in is, if there's a Civil War or GAR monument, this is the data I need. Pretty simple. But once again, being a good historian and making sure we give credit for credit's due, if it's somebody else's photo, make sure you give credit to where it's from. And if you're getting it off of someone's website, you still need to get their permission to use the photo. So please do it right, otherwise I can't use their photos. So GPS is a bonus, but give me what information you can and email it to me. standard 35 millimeter photos do me no good because it all has to be digital so it can be posted on a website. Thank you. And of course, if you're going to do any memorials, you know, the last Civil War soldier in the United States, the last GIR member was Albert Wilson from Duluth, Minnesota. So with that, back to you, Steve, and I think I did a pretty good job keeping it to 5.
Thanks, sir.